Damn, 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 damn. Hey, dudes, this is gonna be nuts. Y'all ever messed with one of these before? Of course you have. Anyone around my age definitely has played with this thing. We're gonna find out how this plays as a preamp. And it is something I never knew back when I was a little kid and would only use this in front of an amp, dial out hella distortion. Let's check it out. What is up, everybody? I'm in a little bit of a awestruck situation, man. I'm kind of blown away. And you know, this pedal has just been something that everybody's been like, we all got it wrong, man. I don't know a single person back in the day. Granted, back in my day, we didn't have information like this all over. All we had was going to Guitar Center or going to, what was it called over here? It was Mars Music. We would go to stores and try stuff out and try, you know, until the employee got annoyed with us and stuff. So we didn't know what we were doing. And I especially didn't have a way to take this pedal and set it up on a preamp situation with a in through return, nor would I have known to do that. So in this day and age, we have so much information right at our fingertips. I do think it is taken for granted, because back in the day, it was just like, I didn't know anything. It was just like another degree you had to learn to actually do all this stuff. But it was always fun to find out. But today, I get to go back to the past and use the Metal Zone MT2 and see how it is through a real power tube amp. I basically got my precision drive here, and you know, I like to use this one because it has a noise gate on it. It works very nice, and I get to cut the lows on it and stuff, so that makes it a lot more fun. And tell you what, we'll go ahead and put everything at noon for this, right? So there's like 4 dials here. You got your lows, you got your highs, and you got your, let's see, this is the middle, and this is the mid frequency that you're changing with that mid. And then you have your distortion and your level, just kind of like an amp, you know? Now, the cool thing is the mid frequency sweep on this. It is very powerful. So you can find and dial in where you want that mid frequency to boost up, and go from there. I mean, this thing was way ahead of its time, to tell you the truth. It's just everybody used it in front of the amp, and it had a certain sound to it. So I'm going to turn off the overdrive, and I'm just going to fart around on some riffs here, man. Let's just see what it sounds like at noon. Damn. I don't know, man. That's better than any of the preamps like the Revs and stuff that I've tried. That sounds better than those, dude. You know, and I did do that on my channel. I used Rev, I forget, it was G3 or 4, one of those. Maybe it was the purple one. Or was that the red? I've done both, actually. But through the power station, through a good power amp, and granted, not everybody has a power station, but you go through the return of an amp, of a power tube amp, like an EVH or something, not to say that you would need it at that point, but if you have a amp that you don't like the distortion on, this is actually pretty damn good. So, all right, now let's go ahead and start messing with some of the frequency stuff, right? I promise you it'll get a little louder because it's just the nature of the beast with this thing. Once you start messing with the frequencies, the volume goes up. So, what do we want? probably let's start with the lows, okay? See, it's already getting beefy, man. I didn't do much to it. It's like the chug pedal brought this back. It's almost like the same sound. Just the chug pedal's like more modern sounding. All right, so now we got that. Let's do the high end here. See, it's coming alive now. Okay, I think that's good for me right there. So as you can see, it's already livelier and a lot more fun to play. Okay, now let's go ahead and mess with the mids and see what we can do with that. Whoa, I just went into Marshall territory. That is straight up Marshall sounds, man. Okay, now let's figure out the mids that we actually want to play with, because that sounds a little quacky to me. So this dial here in the middle is the control for the mids. Let's bring it back that to the middle, back that to the middle. Bring it back to the middle, and then let's mess with the frequency range. So let's go back. Let's go to a low mid situation, right? Let's find it. Okay, let's boost that a little bit. See what that sounds like. You know, this reminds me of the Randall RD100. Has that kind of weird kind of mids situation there. Bring it back. Change the frequency now. That sounds really killer right there, dude. But now I'm actually going to push the highs a little bit more, just to get a little more bite out of it. It doesn't take much, man. That's what is so cool about this. If I could play guitar today, it's not happening. Dude, that is pretty killer. All right, let's take it. No, actually, before I do that, let's go ahead and mess with the gain and see how much gain we can get out of it. Let's go 3 o'clock. Damn, that's pretty saturated, man. I'm blown away by the low end on this thing, man. Let's do a tad more high end. Probably in the DAW, it probably sounds a little too high, so I'm gonna bring it back a little bit. Bring in some more low end just for the fun of it, right? Let's see how much low end we can get. Oh, jeez, frick. That was way too much. I didn't even go all the way up. Okay, now let's have a little more fun and step it up one more time and put the precision drive on top of it. No, we haven't used the precision drive yet. Now let's do it. Well, let's bring the distortion back to the middle because obviously it's going to be too much. All right, precision drive is on. Let's just see what it sounds like. Dude. You hear that? When you get into that, it's got a little bit of that scratch to it, and it's just percussive as hell. Dude, that sounds like the Fort and Killer Cali, man. What the hell? All right, let's see. Because we're cutting the lows here. Let me bring it back a little bit. Let's bring in some more bright. I brought the middle up a little bit because I'm still needing a little more cut. You see, I didn't have to do much at all to make that happen. I'm actually pretty blown away by this right now. And I'm surprised I haven't done this sooner. You know, it's just one of those things like you left in the past because you knew it was just too much for any kind of amp, but we didn't know what a preamp was, or that you could switch it out through an effects loop. I mean, there's no way I would have known that. But with all the information these days, we should all go back to some of this old stuff, man. And this MT2 is freaking phenomenal, dude. the hell? Yeah, and if I want to tighten it up, I can put on my little precision drive thing here. Just go up one notch, and then I got. Ah! I would even go up one more notch. Man, I'm so sloppy with that, but well, there you go. I just wanted to go through that and Metal Zone MT2 and just remind you guys that if you got one sitting around, just go ahead and put it into the return of a tube amp. Of course, I don't think, going through the solid state, I would be happy personally, but damn.